Hi, I'm Dawn, and this is Have That Talk. Today, I want to talk about those times when the person who advocates for your idea matters more than the idea itself. Let's talk about sponsorship. Here is an example that you might have already encountered. That moment when you want to speak to your boss about your promotion. You have the right qualifications, you've taken on extra projects, you get on well with the team, and you've had good performance reviews. On paper, you're the perfect candidate. But then it's your colleague that gets the promotion. How did that happen? And this is where you need to understand the importance of sponsorship. What do I mean by that? I mean that there is somebody else in the company, usually somebody who's higher up in the organization, who's seen your work, who appreciates your work, and who says that out loud. Many promotions are decided in what is called a talent review. This is where there are people from HR, your boss, and then maybe other stakeholders in the organization. And in that meeting, if you don't have somebody advocating for you and all candidates have similar qualifications, then you are the one who loses out. The term sponsor was popularized by Carla Harris. Google her. And she differentiates between a mentor and a sponsor. A mentor is somebody who speaks to you and advises you about your career, whereas a sponsor is somebody who goes into that meeting, that talent review meeting, with your name on the voting card. This is important because every decision about your career, the raise, the promotion, the relocation, the new team, happens in that talent review. And because you're not there, you need somebody to advocate for you. You need that sponsor. And this sponsor is going out on a limb for you. They're risking their reputation and their own credibility by backing you. So the question is, are you actively and deliberately nurturing those relationships? Or do you think that your work will speak for itself? This is the huge myth about getting ahead in the workplace. Your work is a factor, but it's not the only factor. Asking somebody else to speak on your behalf, to promote your idea, doesn't mean that you're less good at your job. What it means is that you understand how organizations work. You have the ability to navigate this terrain, knowing that in order to achieve success, having an entourage, having buddies to support you is essential. It sounds like politics, but I'd like you to think about framing it in a different way. Think about it as having strategic awareness, knowing that human beings, when they back an idea, when they back a person, kind of need reassurance that the thing that they're backing has value, has integrity, has credibility, because this reflects on their own status and their own reputation. So if you're unknown, your ideas are less likely to land. Your promotion is less likely to go through. And it feels unfair. But actually, this is how organizations have always worked. Think about it in your friendship group, where somebody who's been brought in by one of your friends is more likely to receive a warmer welcome than somebody who nobody knows. So what can you do about it? How can you improve the likelihood of your idea, your promotion going through successfully? First of all, you've got to be aware of what status gap you might need to bridge and who might be able to bridge it for you. So you need to identify the right sponsor. And this isn't your direct boss, it's somebody else in the organization, a third party, somebody outside of your team who can then advocate on your behalf. But don't think of it as a transaction. Don't think, I need a promotion. I want to ask my boss for more money, so I need to find a sponsor quickly. It's not just a matter of going up to one of these potential sponsors and saying, can you speak on my behalf? Something like this, coming out of the blue, that's too transactional. especially if they don't know you. Remember, there's a social cost associated with backing a particular candidate. So make that cost as low as possible. Nurture those relationships in the long term. Play the long game. Build that credibility over time. Think of it as paying money into your credibility bank account. And every time somebody endorses you, you make a deposit. That's how your credibility grows. And if you're consistent and intentional about how you do this, over time, you will be the person that people come to asking for sponsorship. So start investing in your relationships now, consistently and deliberately over time, so that when you have that talk, you already have somebody rooting for you. Okay? I'll see you next time.